Today we're going to be changing the oil on this Volvo V70 1.6 on the P3 chassis. So first things first, we needed some oil for the D4162 engine, and it's 3.8 litres, and that's the code for the oil. We've got some oil what fulfills all of them requirements, and also we have a filter which we'll get to in due course. So the car's on ramps. The first thing to do is remove this engine cover, and I like to start right at the back. So I've got a socket on there which is 8mm, and there's 1, 2, 3 bolts on the back, and there's a couple in the middle what I've took out, one either side, and then the front, which you'll need a T30 Torx bit for. So we've got to the sump, and we need a 21mm socket or spanner to undo the sump, and we're going to get this bucket well and truly under there, as it tends to go quite quickly. So we're going to keep hold of that crush washer there, and in one fluent move let the oil drain. And hopefully we're not going to spill anything. That's fine by me. We'll let that drain a good while. So with the oil draining, we're going to remove this air box to give us better access. So firstly, we'll remove this clip here. That just slides out and wiggles off. And then we can remove this pipe. That should just pull off, and then undo either this one or that one. I'll personally undo this one. I think I'll remove the engine cover just to give better access, and that just comes off like so. Then we take a T15 Torx, and I'll fully undo and remove these 2 screws. Taking care not to drop them down, and I got away with that. So that just moves to one side, which makes life a bit easier. I like to just tuck it under there so it's out of the way, and then we can just remove this pipe here by pulling back and yanking it out. Now in here we've got a fixing just there. You'll not see it, but you'll see it better when the airbox is removed. And then we've got another fixing there. That's just simple. That one just pulls up. So this is how to deal with this one. So what I've done, I've got an 8mm socket with a little extension there. I've got it to the ratchet. Now I'll show you when we get it removed. What you've got to do is cover all the 4 tangs down there, and then you've got to push down and simultaneously lift the airbox up like so. Now if you are struggling with the socket, I've just noticed that this will just slide clean out, so that's probably the easier way to release the airbox. So now the airbox is free, and there's just this fixing here actually that just pulls up, so we should just be able to jiggle that further out, with the exception of these 2 clips, which should just pop off like so. That's the airbox removed. Okay, so if you haven't got a torque wrench, you can mark it up. I'm just going to use a bit of Tipex, and we're going to torque it up to spec and see if we're in the same place. So we've got that marked up, and we are actually using a 27mm socket, and that's the marking there for clarity. So we're just going to gently undo this. That came out, and it's a bit like pulling the plug on a bath. So more's coming out underneath now. So the old filter just pulls clean out like so, and this one took a bit of force. You can see we've had a bit of an oil spillage, so beware of that. So I'm going to take the new filter and we're going to put this end here. See, there's a little hole there. I'm going to put that in like so. If that's got to be aligned, I will be in big trouble. So that's in snugly, and you can see it's not wanting to rotate or anything. So I've got his oil filter, and there's a little rubber seal there we're going to take off, and we're going to renew it with this one. So that's nicely in the groove, and just get a bit of old oil or new and just smear it round to form a good seal. So that is now thoroughly covered, and we'll screw that back on. And hopefully the markings will actually line up when we get it torqued to spec. So I've had to push the filter in and then turn. Otherwise we'd have never got the thread started. We're going alright now, and we're getting close to using the torque wrench. We've got the torque wrench set at 25 Newton meters, and I'll just give it a tighten. That is close. What I'm going to do, I'm going to slacken off and then tighten again. Let me slackened off. And that should do it. So it was a little bit tighter for some reason, but if we'd gone to the marks it would have avoided the need for a torque wrench. So before you pull the filter, it could be prudent just to stuff a rag underneath and catch the bit of oil what's going to invariably come out with the filter. We've got the sump plug back in, and I've waited a while and I'm just checking for any leaks, as you never know. Sometimes put a bit of oil in, check it, and then put the rest in. And this is the oil I've purchased, 20 litres of it. I like to get a discount on future oil changes. It's surprising how cheap it works out. If this doesn't burn any oil whatsoever, we should be getting 4 oil changes out of it. Sorry, 5. So I've got the funnel in here, and it's always a bit difficult to start at first, so I'm going to be doing that off camera, as I need all my concentration to pour that into there. So we've now got the car on some nice level ground, and we're just checking the oil levels, and that looks about there. We just put a bit in, wait a bit, put a bit more in, wait a bit. It takes a bit of time for it to get to the bottom of the engine. You don't want to overfill it, and I'm quite happy with that. So just give the dipstick a good wipe, and we'll double check it for good measure. Yeah, right up at the top there. I'm really pleased with that. So only one more thing to do, and that's put the cap on, and then the engine cover, and start her up. A fiddly little cap. Many thanks for watching, and why not subscribe to learn of more low cost repair and servicing solutions.